Hey everyone, LT here, bringing you another night vlog. On one of my nights off and got nothing to do. Could be sitting at home putzing around on the computer or have a little fun outside. So yeah, I'll have some fun outside and get some late night riding in, or as I like to call them, a night sortie. About 1:30 to 2 a.m. on a weekday. Good time to get out and have some fun without having to worry about too many drunk people and whatnot, you know, because it's a weeknight. Although it's really high humidity tonight, so it can't be goofing off too much. But it makes for some good practice. Riding in just to dry is not a good way to stay practiced. You should ride in all weather. So get used to damp roads and the rain, and you're like Lori Jennifer, hail and tornadoes. This vlog is kind of loosely based on tires. I got a 2007 Yamaha YZF 600R. It originally came with Bridgestone Battlaxes, and some of the points that I didn't like is on this particular bike, I did not like the Battlaxes. They had very horrible wear life. They wore out after 3,000 miles. They did not provide good wet traction. Very little warning when they started to slide. As soon as they started to slide, you were imminently on the that was a woodchuck. I had to think about it for a second. I digress. Woodchuck distracted me. But anyways, yeah, the Bridgestone Battlaxes had poor overall tread life. They wore out after 3,000 miles. I would say that I am mostly sport touring type oriented riding. I do the occasional hard cornering, but nothing like full-on sport bikes. Even though this is a sport bike, I ride it pretty mild for the most part. So tires didn't last long. They did not provide good wet weather traction at all. So I switched to Continentals, and I am running my second pair of ContiMotion Pros, which are sport touring tires. They provide over double the tread length before they wear out than the Bridgestones. They provide good warning. They start to slide. You can easily feel them start to slide, and they still maintain good grip. And the amount of warning you have as they start to slide to when they fully lose traction is much better than the Bridgestones. Night and day difference, in my opinion. There's a massive difference in how much warning you get. And I had Bridgestone Battlaxes on my Ninja 500R, and they had the same problem. A couple times I almost washed the front end out going through those turnabouts that I just went through a couple of minutes ago. And I'd almost lose the front end going through them about 25 miles an hour. I could easily go through them that fast on this bike with no traction loss at all. They're not sliding yet. I got to get up to about 33, 34 miles an hour before they'll start to slide through those same corners. Now, obviously, this bike has better suspension, but it did exhibit the same characteristics when it had a Battlaxes on it. And motorcycle tires are, they're kind of like blank CDs for a CD-ROM or a DVD burner. Every brand's like different types of tires, and even though a specific tire may have been designed for a bike, that doesn't mean that another manufacturer will not make a better tire than what originally came with it as OEM. The ContiMotions are so much cheaper than the Bridgestones. I can buy a front and rear set for $180 and change. You go to buy the Bridgestones, it will cost you $180 just for the rear tire. And then you got to spend another $120, $130 on the front. So when you go figure in your cost and how much traction they provide, it is not worth it, in my opinion, to buy the Bridgestones. Now that doesn't mean those tires would work good on another motorcycle, but on this particular bike, the Continentals have more wet and dry traction. They last longer. They give you more warning as they start to lose traction at the threshold. And they don't flat spot. I mean, they're a dual compound tire, and even though the Battlaxes are dual compound, they still flat spot it. Now I've got 13,781 miles on this bike now. I had the original Battlaxes on. They lasted to like, it was atrocious. I didn't even make it to the first oil change. I made it to like 2,800 and they were worn out. So I did an oil change and I put the first set of Continentals on it, and I went from 3,000 to probably around, if I remember right, it was like 8,000 and change. I didn't quite make it to 9,000. And then I put on my second set, and I'm on my second set right now, and at just under 13,800 miles, the tires are due to be replaced. The wear indicators on the front and rear tires have been met. I have very good traction wear across the entire tread from edge to edge, both in the front and rear. In the front, it's perfect wear edge to edge. In the rear, it's got perfect wear from about 85% to 85%. And what I mean by that is the last 15% at each edge of the tire still has a little bit more traction left than the rest of the center and curved edges of the tire. I don't really have a lot of places around here in New York to really get this bike over on its side, except for some high-speed sweepers. And I only do that, then and again, mainly because nobody wants to dump it at that speed. So I'm a bit reserved on that, and just do it on a couple times this summer when there's good roads and no stone and nobody around to have some fun. But for $180 and change, I definitely recommend the ContiMotion Sport Touring tires. They you can get them at Revzilla, you can get them at motorsport.com, Motorcycle Superstore, probably a couple other places. Check the prices. The prices vary, $30 to $40 between all of them over the course of a year. Some of them offer free shipping, some do not, so factor that in when you go to do it. Motorcycle Superstore will drop ship straight to your dealership if your dealership's one of their preferred installers. My local dealership is not a preferred installer, but they will still let me send the tires directly to them. So I just ordered 2 sets of front brake pads and a front and rear tire, and have them sent to the dealership directly. That way I don't have the trouble with taking them down there myself. Once they get in, they'll call me, schedule an appointment, and get everything all fixed up. Then I'll be good for the rest of the year. The only thing I got to do is get an inspection in the fall for the spring, and then I'll be all set. So still waiting my local homebrew motorcycle mechanic shop to get me in to do the electrical work I want to do. I want to add a power light outlet and a couple other things to this bike. And the guy is just, he is just absolutely involved with business. It's a West Side Motorcycles, and he's here in Rochester, New York. Good guy, does lots of work. I went by the other day, and he had to have 60 motorcycles in there waiting to have work done on it. The guy's got a phenomenal business. Does a good job. He's meticulous, and but it just takes a long time to get in there. Thankfully, it's nothing major. At the rate I'm going, I might just end up getting myself a rental unit or something for a month and do it myself. Since I need a place to pull it all apart, and I don't have a garage, so that makes it difficult. A lot of people fortunately have a garage. I don't. But if you have particular tires you think that are good bangs for the buck, and You want other people to know about them, wouldn't you know? I know my dealership tries to push the Michelin Pilot tires, and I've heard good things about them, but they are in a very expensive tire, even more expensive than the Bridgestones. Now, $500 for 2 tires is ridiculous in my book, most of us, work for a living, and we gotta spread the money thin on our hobbies, I just can't believe that some people can afford what they do, regardless of the job. Now, you got guys like 650 IB. He's got a quartet of some of the best sport bikes made in his garage. And he just did a video the other day showing all 4 of them off. And, goodness gracious, I couldn't even afford tires for those 4 bikes. He's got an HP4, he's got R1, he's got a Panigale, he's got the new Kawasaki there, it's supercharged. I think it's stage 2, if memory serves. Just between those 4 bikes, he's talking $2,000 for tires. That's crazy, man. Well, anyway, hope you guys get out and ride at night. Don't be afraid of the dark. Keep an eye out for the critters. Keep an eye out for the LEOs. Looking to generate some revenue. And I'll talk to you later. That's it.